I've got a question.
Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Marion Frank is with us. You've got a question, Steve?
I've got a question, right?
Yes?
Am I the only person that's thinking on the TST thing?
Right, yes. This is obviously the competition that's going on at the moment. Just finishing up.
So the winning goal, the guy on the same team had different coloured jersey on.
Well, that was the goalkeeper who was up.
Oh, all right.
Because they take.
So was it only 2v? Was it 2v1?
Yeah, because they take off players. They take players off every 3 minutes.
Yeah, when they get to target score.
And then you get to the target score.
I was trying to figure out why has he got a different.
There we go.
2v1 from 7v7.
No, that was the ref. Stevie, that was the ref. He helped plenty.
He had enough. He had dinner reservations. That was it. Speaking of dinner reservations, Mario, look at him. Looking very suave today.
So it puts about 15 years on him, though.
You say he looks old.
I thought it was his dad.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Stevie. Are you getting married or what?
No, I'm not getting married. You know what is happening? It's just I'm raised well by my mom and now my two sisters. I just showed me my brother. Sometimes you gotta turn up like this and sometimes like that.
I see. I like it.
Were you at church before this?
Mix it up. I like it.
Hey, you look great, Mario.
No, you look very smart, but it's just...
Thank you, Ali.
Well, listen to his answer. He says sometimes you've got to mix it up a little bit.
I think you're shining and glistening.
You're
look
Italian
great.
today. You're all hands everywhere.
Great,
hand doing this, hand
Everything
doing
is
this.
impossible.
There you go.
I can do it all.
It's arguing with Sevi. It got me going.
You got really frustrated.
The both of you took the hump big time.
Well, it's because he wasn't answering my question.
I know, but see, what people may not see off camera when they go off to Seb and Herc, right?
His face.
It's your face and then throwing yourself back in the seat.
Well, just answer my... Don't go on with your own question. It's not Football America's now. Answer my questions. Anyway, lovely. Stevie, no player in the England squad can open up defences like Trent, and he's also the best set-piece taker in England. Do you still believe he shouldn't start? Aren't we doing opponents' defence a favour leaving him on the bench?
Well, the first thing is, I didn't say he shouldn't start, I just said he won't.
Right.
And
so
the reason he won't, well, I think it depends on what happens in the first game. I don't think he won't start the first game because Southgate will not be taking chances. And I think to put Trent, you can't play him at right back, right? But I think if you were to start the Euros by playing Trent...
Apparently he will start. This is what I'm hearing in my ear now.
In the middle of the park is a gamble.
He's going to have Declan Rice and Trent in the middle.
Who's telling you that?
Reports. I'm hearing in my ear.
From
the UK media.
from Liverpool FC Supporters Club. Yeah. Well, do you want a wee bet?
No, why do I care?
Why are you betting? Well, because Trent won't start the first game. He won't.
Well, we're hearing
and if he does
reports
start, he should start in the middle of the park.
Okay.
Where he can do exactly what Paul Lindo's saying, because he can pick out.
Getting a shout.
All right, Paul.
All right, Paul.
So, it depends what happens after the first game. If you need to go and win a game, then you're going to have to gamble.
We're hearing he will be starting then.
Who are you hearing from?
The Daily Telegraph.
Daily Telegraph. Oh yeah, they're always
reporting.
So yeah, he can open defences, but he won't start.
Mario, we talked about this in the show, didn't we? Who on the Dutch team would you be excited to see play at the Euros?
I told you, I said Frimpong. We talked about Simmons, but Frimpong is for me, I would love to see. Why? Because last big tournament, he had to wait and see if he was going to get an opportunity. And I think his chances are closer now. So I think Frimpong, if this gets the opportunity playing in front of Dumfries, could be exciting for Holland.
Our Spurs producer wants me to ask, is Van der Ven going to start, Mario?
Van der Ven, you know what the problem is now? We have, look, Van der Ven, he came on today with for Ake. Ake is the chance that, to substitute him. That is the situation. And Blind for me, great season, but I don't know if you play a guy, if they know now, put speed against him, and that will cause problems for us. That is a question. So Van der Ven, he has the speed, but he's kind of new in the national team. So it will be a big question if they start him straight away, or is he growing into the tournament and gets his opportunities.
I like this next question. I imagine when growing up, you all thought you were the greatest players. Who is the first player that made it clear watching or playing with them that you were at least second best? Frank, did you ever come up against anyone who you thought was second best?
No, never. Of course not.
No,
I would have never been world champion if I thought I wasn't the best. No,
Did you
I
win
always
the
thought
World
I was the best.
Wow.
Yes, yeah, something like that. No, but you know what? I always thought I was the best to push me to the limit. I knew that they were a better player, for sure, and many of players have been better than me. But I pushed myself to the limit, to the edge, to make sure that I was giving 100% because I knew that I had some weaknesses. But and I know that Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank had an interview with Gary Neville, and and I think you sent it to me, where he said Frank Leboeuf always thought that he was the best. He maybe wasn't the best, but he's at the beginning of Chelsea, and he did well with Chelsea. That's exactly true. But yeah, I played with Marcel Desailly, I played with Mario Melchiot, I played with Laurent Blanc as well, and so many others who had different talent that I had. I was good at some point, but I wasn't the best. But I would say overall, the guy that I played with that I was the most impressed was Marcel Desailly. Yeah. The Rock was really impressive.
Mario, when you were growing up to play for Ajax as a teenager, you must have stood out. You must have been the best player in that group. When did you realise or come up against someone that was better than you?
Like in the youth team, right? You don't always think that you are the best. But you know what the thing is that you make sure that you have the best spirit and fighting spirit and belief. I think that is what you have as a young boy. I don't want to say that I was the ultimate star in my youth coming up into the first team, but I definitely had one thing, and that was the belief and the determination to make it. And then when you come to the first team, what did I had when I came to Ajax? The guys that I grew up, look, on my wall, I had enough stars like Bergkamp pictures and stuff like that. But then coming into the first team, I think Ronald de Boer, you know the two brothers de Boer, I'm sure you guys are familiar with them too. Oh. I had Ronald in front of me. Ronald was one of the key things when I came through. I was a 19-year-old kid and I had Ronald in front of me, and Ronald helped me with a lot of things. And one of the key things, it was the day when we could be champion. I played against Koeman's brother and Ronald de Boer. I gave me the ball and I tried to put step-overs to go by him. It was Erwin Koeman, and he said to me, "Why are you doing that? He cannot run with you. Just knock the ball past him, cross the ball, and we score and we become champion." I did it 10 minutes later. He looked at me, he said, "Now we're going to be champions." And we won, we became champions of Holland. So Ronald de Boer had a big effect on my career.
What about you, Ali?
Yeah, so as a kid, as the question presents the case, that you believe you're absolutely completely better than everybody else,
yes.
Right? And then we played a national tournament in Venezuela, me representing my state, the capital, Caracas, and then Juan Arango was from the state of Aragua, which is about an hour and a half from the capital. And he was as dominant then as he was when...
How old were you then?
We must have been about 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
Man, he was, even back then, he was special. Right. But obviously, you lose track of who these people are. You just know that you just played against a guy who's special.
Sure.
We won the game, the championship in penalties, but he was the best player by far on the field. But the actual realization that, yeah, maybe I'm not quite to the level I need to be. I was a hold-up player, right? But smaller in size, so a lot of it was about my body positioning. And we were playing against Brazil in Brazil, and at the time I believe it was Luisao and Juan that played center back for Brazil. So two very big guys, long legs. And as I get in sort of my position to hold the ball up, and that's all that you can do when you're playing against Brazil and you're Venezuela, hold the ball up, draw a foul, we move forward. I see this leg that just kind of comes over my shoulder. and when, as I'm trying to receive the ball, and this leg just comes over my shoulder, wins the ball, and I'm like, well, where did that come from? See, I don't have that, and I can't compete with that. And it was the same feeling when playing against Uruguay, and then the center back pairing were Diego Lugano and Godin. Godin when he was very young, and Lugano was sort of the leader of that back line. And if you get past one, the other one is cutting you down. If you get past him, the other one chases you back. It's impossible to play. And at that point, you kind of go, yeah, I can't turn on this guy. I can't get away from this guy. So at this point, it's just draw a foul and hope for the best.
I wouldn't say one player.
Right.
So between the ages of 9 and 15, I played in an area called Ayrshire.
Okay.
Pretty much. We had the odd game against teams outside of Ayrshire, but pretty much it was all that region. And when I was 15, I went to Ayr United Boys Club to play in the West of Scotland League, which is a whole huge area.
Okay.
And the first training session and then the first game I played, the realisation that, hold on a minute, everybody's good.
All right.
Everybody in my team was good and everybody we played against was good. As opposed to you play in your own wee area
Yeah.
and
You're the big fish.
you're the big fish. There's guys in it who are not bad. There's some playing who are just not really very good. And all of a sudden you land and everybody's good. That's a wake-up call.
And to that point, in this national tournament that I'm talking about, since we're coming from the capital, we're sort of looked at from everybody else in the country as, oh, here come the pretty boys.
Right.
'Cause
Well, that's when I look at you, I just
Well,
think...
yes, exactly.
Pretty boy.
I know. But here come the pretty boys. Here come the rich
Everyone laughed
kids.
a bit too much of that.
I know. It's one thing if I laugh at myself, but all right. Okay. All right. Hey, Mario, I said you look good today, Mario.
Ali, don't worry. You still got your looks, man. Don't worry about what people think.
Thank you, Mario. I didn't know that people were thinking about. Thank you,
least
Mario.
convincing
That
thing
is the
you've
people.
ever heard on
They're
this
qualified
show.
as people. They're not qualified as people.
You've been talking to people in Miami about that.
Well, in any case, the story is sort of like, here come the pretty boys, the guys with money that come from the capital, whatever, and you get the first taste of competition is just not about the quality of play and your skill set, but then there's also a mentality that comes with it and what other people are willing to do in order to win matches. And even at an early age, you get, okay, this is a different level of intensity, which then elevates your intensity as well.
Stevie, I don't think this is a thing, is it? It's Ancelotti's birthday today. What was the best gift you got from a teammate or the team while you were coaching? Can you imagine someone bringing you a present?
An apple?
I have no idea what they're talking about.
On your birthday?
No.
No one would buy you a present?
No.
Would there be a birthday tradition, for example, at Liverpool, if it was your birthday? Would something happen? The bumps?
Well, no, that's not true. If any excuse to go out on the beer,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that would be the excuse if we needed it.
If it was your birthday.
That's about it.
Mario, you said when you joined Chelsea, it was your birthday every week, pretty much, because it was a good excuse for the boys to get away and go and party.
Yeah.
You go to. I told you when there was a birthday, sometimes people will go like, "Hey, give me the phone call, man. Just call me and say it's your birthday so we can go out." So you call one player up and go like, "Hey, are you coming to my birthday?" I go, "Yeah, of course. What time?" "Okay, I'll be there. Then he goes to his miss. He says, "Sorry, I gotta go. It's his birthday," but it clearly wasn't.
How many birthdays does Mario have?
Who brings a present to their coach on their birthday?
I don't know. This is
Like, who does that? Who would ever do that?
Did you have a
Well, somebody
tradition?
wants to play.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to play. Otherwise, nobody.
Frank, did you have a tradition when you were playing, for example, at Chelsea, if it was somebody's birthday? Did they do anything in particular?
Nah, nothing funny that I remember, and
No.
nothing special. No, nothing. Sorry.
No, don't apologise. It's fine.
Okay.
Ali?
No, I mean, just the normal stuff. And it wasn't, you would go through a guard of honor. It was really for people to hit you in the head.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty much it.
Lovely. Ali,
Happy birthday.
Are you worried that Venezuela hasn't been playing any games leading up to Copa America?
No, I'm not worried about it, and they will play games ahead of the Copa America. They will be ready, and this is a team that I think is poised to surprise some people in this tournament.
If it's the US against Venezuela, who is the Moreno house cheering on?
Are you kidding me?
No, obviously you, but what about Alejandro?
Okay, are you kidding? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you see, this is your son.
aye.
Yeah, what about your son?
Well, I'll be cheering for Venezuela, and that's all that truly matters in my house. Vamos, Venezuela!
I don't know. I can see Alejandro. Alejandro be supporting.
Yeah, well, everybody else will probably go down to the basement, but I'll be watching.
Wow.
And I'll be cheering for
your answer?
Venezuela.
Hey, Frank, you were playing this weekend, yeah? What were you playing? Was it a friendly game?
Yeah, well, it was a game for the D-Day in Caen, in Normandy. So, yeah, we had to play in Caen with a French national team. and former legends like Robert Pires, Emmanuel Petit. And we won 5-2 against Caen, and Robert Pires scored 2 goals. And
Nice.
I played 1.5, and that was great. Great time, and I'm the ambassador of the Bleu de France, which is like the poppies for you in England. And we got like 100,000 euros in one night because of the people who came here to watch us. And that was a great evening, great atmosphere, and we really enjoyed the time. You know, that was crazy. I was in Normandy for the weekend, and you cannot imagine how emotional that day has been. It's been the 18 years of the D-Day. And I saw so many trucks, American trucks from the US Army, the Jeeps and everything, the sidecars. That was crazy. That was a museum of the American history, industry, in motor vehicles. That was very intense. And people on Omaha Beach, Juno Beach, also Sword Beach, they were all crying. Just being there with the veterans, that was amazing. Amazing time.
Yeah, seeing emotional scenes all across both northern France and England as well. Look, back to your game, Frank. How would you rate your performance?
Oh, I mean, performance, it's already a high word, you know. I tried to not get injured, and I haven't been, so that was good. And I was playing with a little bit younger players like Philippe Cristanval, Michael Siani, Rod Fanny, and I was dealing with Emmanuel Petit, who got a bad problem with his knee in the middle of the park, and he didn't want to go out, so I was dealing with him. And I enjoyed, you know. Aimé Jacquet came to me after the game and say, "You like to lead. It's your job. You don't touch the ball too much, but you like leading." Say, I love
but
it.
Frank, knowing you were a thinker when you were playing. So were you showing that? The thinking game, because you were always clever in situations. So tell me, were you doing that?
Well, my father taught me what we call anticipation.
Okay.
So that was what I was doing, and I love to encourage the guy. I love to deal with the guys and feeling the game, and it's what I love the most, and it's what I did 2 days ago. And I didn't make any mistake. I saved 2 goals, so that I was pleased. And I was the captain. We won. That's
great. You're great, Frank. Well done.
He started the answer by saying, well, calling it a performance would be too high. And by the end of the answer is, I was great. Yep. In fact, I was the best player in the field.
Yep. Right. Definitely the mouthiest, I'm sure. Can Stevie be the coach of the team for 7 versus 7 tournament? There's talk of ESPN FC putting in a team. Stevie, would you go and coach them?
Absolutely.
Go and coach Sebi and Ali.
Aye.
Lovely.
Yeah. We're great fun in North Carolina and previous trip.
We're going to need
another one.
Hold on. We're going to need more than me and Sebi.
Hey, you got Frank. Frank will be there thinking.
Thinking his way through the game.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Mario, would you come to North Carolina next year to be part of the team?
I mean, it depends how hot it is there. But if it's too hot, I'll take a pass. But if not, I'll be there.
Yeah, it'd be very hot. I wouldn't wear the suit.
Ditch the suit.
Okay, Mario, last question, and you're going to have to help me maybe with some of these pronunciations.
Yeah.
Start, bench, or drop these Suriname desserts.
Yes. Boyo.
Yeah.
Viadu.
Yeah.
And maizena cookies.
Okay.
Well, no.
Yeah. So, okay. Right. Boyo is it's more like a cake type. And so now when I go home, my sisters always make it. Viadu is a little bit trickier, great too, but we don't really make it at home. But the maizena cookies, every time I'm in Amsterdam, my sister brings me a bucket and I sit down and me and my nephew, we just attack. So let me tell you something, my friend. My maizena cookies are always starting.
How would you describe them? What are they like, Mario?
They're white and it's like sushi. You know when you eat sushi, it just dissolves when it's fresh and good quality? That's the same what the maizena cookies do to you, if they're freshly made. Does the maizena go first, then the boya will go, and then the viadu will come on later, so he might have to wait.
Brilliant. Great stuff. Thank you very much. Surprise, surprise. He was retching at the thought of sushi.